Hello everyone, and welcome to another strange adventure. I put up a poll on the channel asking what day you guys would want to see these strange, crazy movies that are so underrated and that take us to different dimensions and make us feel like we're tripping hard. And you guys chose... I don't know why I'm doing a freaking drum roll. You can see it on the poll. You chose Dumb Movie Monday. So we're gonna be going on several adventures throughout the week, but we will designate Monday for the real special adventures. That being said, you guys have waited for this for a while, so after this adventure, then we'll move them to Monday. So as you guys have guessed, the adventure that we're going to be doing today is Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Because a whale wolf is a thing. Let's prepare for our journey. New Horizon! Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Oh yeah, Casper. He was in like every Asylum movie back in the day. He's still making these things. Of course, he's gotta be the lead star because he's like the best looking person in there. The story begins with the main character's yacht, boat, whatever. He's drunk and finds that there's a whole bunch of people holding a funeral on his boat.
Who are all these people and what are they doing on my boat? Is that a dead body?
As you can imagine, main character's not too happy about this. But seriously, the acting in this movie is so overblown.
They're gonna get rid of it.
Damn it, Pablo!
Everyone's having a merry old time. Well, they're not having a merry old time, but they're having some whatever the heck is happening, the funeral. And then Sharktopus appears. Trust me, they waste no time in this movie with the action. Old Casper boy is like, okay, everyone needs to get off this boat because something is happening and I don't want to be responsible for any more dead bodies.
Gentlemen, we're gonna have to relocate the boat.
Ignore him. He's drunk.
Yeah, and you're freaking rude. It's not your boat, and that's why your family member's dead. Probably a ploy to get away from your insolence. And this is where we first meet Sharktopus, because insane hybrids are the way to go with these movies. Why not? Sharktopus is pissed at these specific people for some unknown reason. The rude chick falls overboard, and for some reason they reenact the scene from Titanic. And you know what? I just noticed this. I didn't notice it before, but you can actually see through the render of the Sharktopus. You can see through his arm, whatever. Of course, everyone stands there and watches her get massacred. What are they gonna do, right? I'm just wondering, why is it throughout this movie, the shark has its jaws. The jaws reach the people first. Why doesn't it use the jaws to bite down the people? I mean, I guess I can't blame it. If I was a shark my whole life and then I got a brand set of weird tentacle things coming out of my ass, I'd be using them right, left, and center too. I mean, it just gets ridiculous.
Tell me they prepaid.
So you have an idea of what kind of movie we're working with here. It's not even funny, it's just bad. Like, cringe bad. Like, they're trying too hard to be funny and it's failing. Like, they're trying to do comedy to make up for the fact that their movie is bad. They're using it as a crutch to hide behind it, except it's not funny. It's just stupid. Idiocracy and Dude, Where's My Car? Those are stupid movies that are actually funny. Anyways, the rest of the movie takes place in the Dominican Republic. You know, that was cringe in and of itself. The main character, hot stupid dude, is in jail because he's just rowdy and drunk all the time. People know him. He's just very pitiful. I don't know if he was in the other Sharktopus movies. I'm guessing not, since this is the first time he's seen Sharktopus. Dominican girl is not pleased. She doesn't want to bail him out, and he gets upset because she's being extra loud and he's hungover, and her reply to this is that she's Dominican. That's like you asking someone from China why their eyes don't open all the way, and then replying, I'm Chinese. We then meet our next set of characters who are going to be very integral to the story. This weird woman who's trying to do a really bad German accent, and this other dude who's going to become the star of the show. That's the sound my brain makes when it's having a mental breakdown watching these movies.
Yes, I can see that. I assure you that my methods are significantly more sophisticated. And completely undetectable.
Oh my god. I'll let you in a little secret. I'm not German, but that is not a German accent. I don't know what she's doing. I know I do my own version of cringy accents as well, but if I'm doing an accent I don't know how to do, I mix it in with a whole bunch of other stuff, or tell you guys that's what I do. It's almost kind of insulting, to be honest. It's totally cringy, and at no point in this movie did I ever laugh. The only thing I felt throughout this movie was sorry for these people, because they're stuck in stupid and they don't even know it. Meanwhile, I'm Dominican and tries to follow a lead on certain things that are happening. She sees this girl get kidnapped and voila! Are these creatures made of metal? Because no matter how many times they shoot them, point blank, at range, what caliber, they just don't get a scratch. I like how the sharktopus just conveniently just literally stands there. It's standing. God knows what. As if the woman shooting bullets is her way of communicating to the shark and the shark is replying in kind. It's just like, dude, take a nab or take off. So we go back to main egotistical guy with fake German person.
What is this place?
This is my music hall.
Ugh. I don't know if you guys have gotten it by now, but she's a mad German scientist who wants to combine a whale and a wolf for some reason so that she can inject genes to make the perfect human.
Will it hurt?
Oh yes, Mr. Rosa. I hope so.
Dude, it already hurts watching this movie. I know I'm not supposed to get this upset watching these movies, and I'm not upset. It's just, it's so hard to watch them. It really is. Anyway, she does her test. He's like, more, and then he ends up killing himself, and she's like, oh no, all sarcastic like. After putting his body back, like she could have pulled him all the way out there by herself, the moon is lit and something happens. Can you guess what it is? Well, you guess. We'll come back to it later. Meanwhile, we see main character and his sidekick Pablo go to this voodoo guy that they owe. He wants them to do them a favor. Honestly, honest to God, half the time, even when I'm watching this, my brain is half asleep, so I don't even understand all of what's going on. But I get that they're afraid of this guy. He's very powerful, somehow, in the community. And for whatever they owe him to be paid, they must bring him the heart of the sharktopus creature. Because he wants to use it to get the ladies, or something.
I'll give you until noon tomorrow.
I'm glad that you think so highly of me as a fisherman, but this fish is not your average marlin. I mean, maybe we can make another trade. I could give you Pablo.
What?
I think I liked Casper Van Dien, or whatever his name is, when he was trying to be serious, because at least he was still cute. Now he just looks unbearably stupid, like this middle-aged guy that's trying hard to appease the kids that are watching this movie. Who knows? Maybe it's working, just not for me.
Captain Ray, this is not a request. It is a must-do thing.
God, what is with the cringy accents? At least get someone who's a little bit better at it. You know what I mean? So remember the star egotistical guy? Well, guess who's back from the deep, dark depths? And I know that you're guessing it by now. Where is Whale Wolf, guys? He is Whale Wolf. And he's not too happy about it because this is not what he actually expected. German imposter lady is a boss in this. You gotta admit it. Maybe she's a bit stupid, but she lets him know that, you know, no one's gonna be able to take care of you, but now that you've kind of tasted my blood, let me show him in control by giving you more.
A scientist must be prepared to make sacrifices for her work. Bon appetit.
Soon we'll discover she'll bite off more than she can chew. She makes a wide speculation that the reason he started transforming into a whale wolf was because of the moon. You know, because, you know, even though she's a scientist, she runs no tests whatsoever. She just looks outside and sees a full moon. She's like, you know what? Moon, wolf, that's why you began the transformation. Bingo! So she opens up the window to let the moonlight in on him so he can fully transform. Like, she couldn't have kicked him outside to do that, or he wouldn't have already done it, having been exposed to the moon the whole time. But you know, it's this movie. Why is my brain hurting? Like, I'm actually getting pain in my eye. It's not even that serious. Meanwhile, our crew of two stooges is trying to find the sharktopus when I Am Dominican decides to come along.
Hey! Hey, look who it is!
Yeah.
Okay. She quickly finds out when she discovers the weapons that they were hiding that they're going to go and kill the beast, and she demands that she comes along. Isn't she a cop? Shouldn't she be like in the city protecting people from this thing? Since it just nabbed somebody while they were walking on the street? But that's just me. Don't worry, my friends. Things are about to get saucy, because I know what you came here for. You want to see these two beasts go at it. The whole reason for this movie. Turn up the spice. Don't worry, guys. November is nowhere in sight. Unfortunately, but for this titty girl, wow. Wow, that was not even part of the freaking video. Because we were looking at it. No, your mouth. Whew. Poor nurse assistant goes into work to find that their leading star, or their specimen, is now its full-fledged self. German imposter, wacky scientist decides to sacrifice her assistant. Poor thing. Don't you guys just feel so bad for her? No, for real, I feel bad for her because I know what it's like to run with breasts like that, and Jesus, that hurts. I doubt she feels it because adrenaline is coursing through her veins as this thing has now fixated its appetite on her. I gotta say, this is the only shot in the entire movie that looks beautiful. Look at this, it's like wallpaper. It's actually pretty nice. That's like the only shot that they got right with the lighting and everything. The rest of the movie, the renders are just a mess. The design concepts are cool, but, you know, the rest of it's just trash. I'm actually inspired to draw my own whale wolf, but you know what would be interesting if you guys, those of you artists out there who love drawing, why don't you draw your own renditions of whale wolf and send it in? Really interested to know what your renditions or your iterations of this concept would look like. Because I'm pretty sure even the whale wolf's design is pretty cool, that you guys would do a much better job. Speaking of beautiful art, I did tell you guys I was gonna show you some, you know, feminine goods. You ready? I'm kidding. That's not my video. That's for someone named ASMR Charm? Whatever. Don't know how I ended up here, but here it is. Voila! This artistic piece by Saki Michan. It is the best rendition of Boa Hancock I've seen in terms of fan art. If you want to talk about capturing feminine beauty, this person did it all. And it was so beautiful, I just felt I had to share. Fantastic job, Saki. You'll find Saki's link in the description below. Well, you guys didn't think it was gonna be me, did you? Like, I need to have an awkward conversation with people recognizing me in the streets and trying to get away from them. No thanks. I'm a tiny girl. I don't need to get dragged away by some random person the way the Sharktopus abducts people from the streets. Anyways, moving on. Our adventure continues. It doesn't take long for our team to find Sharktopus, and Sharktopus turns tail or tentacle and run. Oh my god, it looks so disgusting, like half of it's missing. Anyways, it finally decides that it's going to fight back, like it wasn't going to anyway. All the commotion has attracted Whale Wolf, who takes to the water after this thing. Now you can imagine what ensues next. Somebody gets thrown into the water. Oh god, this movie's making me so freaking tired. It looks like she's gonna be eaten. Whale Wolf attacks Sharktopus, allowing the dudes to save the girl.
Where is she? She's okay, she's okay. You should kiss her. What?
Right? Opportune time while she's on the cusp of death. Meanwhile, our creatures have a tussle under the water that looks more like a Windows XP screensaver. Taking a breather, Whale Wolf takes off. Meanwhile, everybody recoups in the ship. Pablo here doesn't get the message that these two have the hots for each other, and things just get so awkward, you know, especially since this is not supposed to be happening. I guess nothing makes you want to procreate more than almost having died. Except not really, because it was very clear that Sharktopus wasn't trying to kill these people. It just stood there on the edge of the boat looking at them for most of the time. Thirsty! Not now, damn it. As their creatures are now suddenly deciding to go on land again, everything just starts turning chaotic. Women are dragged into the water by the shark, and other attacks happen. And I Am Dominican is like, we gotta take responsibility, you know, for what's happening. Last time I checked, lady, you were the cop. You were the one who decided to go on a boat ride while you knew these things were at large, so I think the only responsibility that's being neglected here is yours. Whale Wolf is still hungry and he goes back to his quarters to get taken care of.
I need to try and find a replacement nurse.
So why did you sacrifice her earlier that morning? Oh, because you had no control over the situation, and you're just making it seem as if you do. Other thing, have you guys ever been really hungry and you lick your plate like when no one's watching, or maybe when people are watching, who cares? You just like lick the plate like a dog, or you suck your fingertips because you're just like, you know what? Screw this, I am starving, screw etiquette, I am primal right now, and your inner ape comes out and you just start licking the tonguing everything. Well, that's usually what happens when the hormone for hunger, called ghrelin, is high up. You leave nothing in your plate, no molecule standing. So tell me why this whale wolf is so hungry for human flesh that he leaves a perfectly good hand lying on the floor. Last time I checked, the girl ran out of there with both her hands, and she went out to the water, and he ate her there. Did he bring back the hand for his master? I'm a little confused. People running from these horrible rendered creatures is like the funniest thing I've seen in all time. I swear, like these movies just remind me of anime. I don't know why. Maybe it's the way that people sound when they're acting or not really acting well. It's just hilarious. That was like the only part of the movie I found funny. Wait! So remember Voodoo Guy? He's not very happy that the captain, the weird guy, and Pablo have not brought back the heart of the Sharktopus. So he performs voodoo on them and they're in intense pain. He's like, you only have a little bit of time, dudes. I was really generous. I'm gonna start poking this doll where you don't want me to poke it. Dominican and her partner get a lead as to where the whale wolf came from. Meanwhile, Pablo and the captain, or I guess his name is Ray, honestly don't care about their names in these movies. It's really not that important. Encounter the Sharktopus once again as he does nothing. Whale Wolf is left on his own as he realizes his creator is abandoning him.
Robert, we are through. Get in the water and swim away.
Why don't you get in the water and swim away? Why don't you swim over to Germany so you can learn how to speak like them properly? He discovers that she wants to actually sell him or put him up for adoption. And as you can imagine, Wolf doesn't take this very well. While he's slicing her up, the police have arrived at the facility. I have no idea how close they are to meeting the monster. This is where I start getting angry, because they're not trying to be funny here. It's just really bad. You hear your partner screaming. She hears him. Not once has it occurred to her, since, you know, she's a police officer and something shady is going on, there's criminal activity, that when she hears her partner screaming or hears him doing anything when he should be quiet, that, you know, she should check up on him and see how he's doing. No, she just ignores it, pretends that she didn't hear it. She finds a lab room, and this is her response.
Huerta! Huerta, get in here! This is it!
You foolish troll-headed ponytail wearer. Did you not just hear your partner? Wow, never mind. She quickly discovers that her partner is on the brink of death. Crazy German imposter warns her to run. But as luck would have it, she's pinned by the whale wolf. The two stooges bring Sharktopus's tentacle to the voodoo guy so he can learn to control the monster. Stupid main character rescues Dominican, who is, let's be honest, she's not hurt that bad. Pablo's hurt too, but he's not hurt that bad either. And I'm thinking these guys were like right in front of the face of this thing. And that's what they walk away with, whatever. Whale Wolf escapes the facility, not like he couldn't do it before, and he meets once again Sharktopus, who roams on land on his tentacles. Okay, wait. I know it's a stupid movie, but good grief, come on, really? How is he walking on his tentacles the way he is and holding up that big ass body with a... He looks like a pillowcase with hair extensions coming out of it. This is so unreal.
Who watches this crap? Sorry, man. You're sorry. Excuse me, ma'am. My friend's in a lot of pain.
We'll be with you in a moment.
You know what? I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. This movie is giving me pain on every side of my head imaginable, including the back of my eyes. I mean, I've seen worse movies, but Jesus Christ. I think this is it for our adventure. I am fading so fast. But if you want to see interesting concept designs and scary creatures that should not exist, nor should they be able to crawl upon land the way they do, check out Sharktopus vs. Whale Wolf. It's not funny. It's not necessarily entertaining. It's just, how would I describe this? It's fun if you're delirious from a fever. Your eyes are like half open and you're in that little cusp of sleepfulness and wakefulness. It's that kind of movie. It's a perfect kind of movie for that. It's the kind of movie that other bigger movies have playing in the background, you know, when the characters are fighting or hanging out or whatnot. It's something that you can walk away and forget. However, it is something that will live on for the ages when people start making fanfics and yiffs about it. Don't know what a yiff is? Go look it up. I found out what it was yesterday. I should say I stumbled upon it because I wasn't looking for it. I just stumbled upon it. And good Lord, there is a place on the side of this planet that we're not meant to trespass until dark. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. Stay tuned for the next one. Wonder what it's gonna be. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Alteori. You ask, we answer.